Team Omega's final scenario planning project is on HP, an information technology corporation specializing in innovating and producing hardware and software services, with a customer range from household individuals to government agencies. Our leader, Abigail Colombo, provided guidance, instruction, direction, and leadership to the team for the purpose of achieving key results. Coordinator and narrator Ben Martinez arranged team meetings, coordinated schedules, provided meeting minutes and narration. Industry analyzer Keith Lehman performed detailed analysis of surrounding strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Lead researcher Mona Gadazarian performed lead research for the topic of interest, analyzing main points and important data. Editor Irina Shalashova proofread and corrected all documents for errors, flow, and professional tone. HP was founded in 1939 by college friends from Palo Alto, Bill Hewart and Dave Packard. They joined forces to create HP, the first Silicon Valley company. With hardly any resources, only $538 in working capital, they started a small collection of products, including audio oscillators, which they sold to sound engineers and to Walt Disney. After years of building their company from the garage up, in 1957, HP became public and focused the company towards corporate practices. In 1982, HP won the Deming Prize for their contributions to the advancement of quality. From audio oscillators to consumer PCs, HP was always on the cutting edge of technology. Pending recent layoffs, HP hopes to repeat their previous success by rebuilding the company with a vision to be leaders in their industry. At HP, we are restructuring our business model by first implementing mass layoffs. It's an ongoing process since 2008. By October 2014, a total of 34,000 layoffs will have hit HP employees, based on original projections of 27,000. The overall scope of HP was dealing with internal factors, such as old process changes, mass layoffs, and low morale. Also external factors, competition becoming more innovative, and a shift in the buying trends of consumers. The biggest dilemma we face at HP post-downsizing is the effect on the remaining employees. A decline in morale. It's a general lack of motivation. Team Omega will spend most of its time and energy in assessing and solving these potential problems before it has a lasting effect on the company. Some aspects of strategic planning questions are: do they have a positive influence on the company's performance? And does the overall intensity of the formalization? HP downsizing only has a 50-50 chance of a beneficial outcome with cutting costs. After downsizing, the firm could reduce costs completely and have a beneficial structure from the adjustment, or have diminished employee engagement, and the firm's competitive standing could decrease. Ideas of downsizing and its negative effects can diminish corporate memory and employee morale. It can also disrupt social networks. Knowledge can be lost due to stress and displacement. The downsizing and positive effects can be beneficial to the survivors of the organization. Tried and true, trials of reducing labor numbers, trial and error success with this option. Downsizing can be narrow-minded and one-dimensional, but many competitive firms in similar markets look to downsizing as a competitive advantage. HP contracted with Team Omega to assist in finding solutions to low employee morale. HP wants to move forward through the encouraging and motivating of the remaining company employees. The low morale and lack of enthusiasm is causing upper management at HP to gather a team for training managers at all levels to help their staff with the transition. Team Omega worked to pinpoint the problem and learn that low morale and lack of enthusiasm stems from the remaining employees having fear of more layoffs, and their jobs will be cut. This uncertainty is impeding the natural process of the grieving of the loss of fellow coworkers. This is keeping those remaining from moving forward with their lives and getting back to the business of operating a multinational company. While the team could not assure HP employees no more future layoffs, as history shows, HP does major cuts in their staff periodically. Team Omega worked with managers at all levels to teach them to communicate with their staff that they are valued and that they're an important part of the company. Aside from this, employees learned how HP takes extensive measures to train and place their employees that were laid off with new companies. It's important for all HP employees to be aware of their value to HP. As the team interacted with managers and employees, they learned that there were employees that were not mentally or morally affected by the layoffs. These are key people in HP, being able to enthusiastically move forward, embracing change and not looking back. Team Omega suggested steps to raise morale of the remaining employees at HP. It's included the hiring of counselors that are available for everybody, encouraging managers at all levels to reach out to their employees, like knowing the names of everybody in their department, having an open office, setting time aside for one-on-one meetings with employees, prompting and responding to employees' concerns, as well as giving incentives to employees who make extra strides and think outside the box as the company pushes to new limits with cloud, security, and big data. But before employees could be motivated, managers had to take courses that taught them how to handle various types of reactions that come after large layoffs. The outcome for scenario 2 is that employees will have a sense that they're being heard. With an open door yet confidentiality policy, all concerns and questions can be addressed in a safe environment. This scenario acts much like an HR department in a business, but with more involved and integrated system. Employees will not just be seeking help from counselors, but these counselors will also check in often and act as additional support to the employees. Furthermore, by taking a course, managers will be more equipped and knowledgeable to fix problems before they get out of hand. Team Omega selected Scenario 1 to be applied to HP. The scenario focuses more on the future of the company by combining innovation with strong leadership. Something as simple as an evaluation can go a long way when a company finds the right key players to lead the team. Although the layoffs brought negativity to the company, not everybody was affected as much as originally thought. In some cases, the layoffs may have even lit a fire under some individuals who realized that the team at HP is now smaller, but now can be a lot more efficient. One of the biggest dilemmas that come from multiple rounds of layoffs is that lots of layoffs in quick succession can be a sign of bad planning. Better to cut deep and infrequently. A culture of near constant sacking can create fear in the workplace. Not good if you want productive workers. Evaluating where the remaining employees stand is critical in moving forward and creating a healthy culture. In order for people to work effectively, virtually, there has to be trust. Trust does not happen magically, but it's built in when you bring your team together for training or team building, and then continues to grow, with clear expectations consistently set by leaders can be met by the team. With teams, you want to build trust. Assist employees in managing results rather than individual activity. Have regular team meetings with open communication. Have responsive rules with standards that create a cohesive culture. At HP, we continue to use technology to our advantage to rise above the huge cuts. Innovation is the answer. We can keep cutting costs right and left, but it's just a short-term fix. We need to stay on the cutting edge of technology trends to give us a competitive advantage. Our team came up with great ideas in the past, and we have to do it again to survive. Aside from creating new products and services, we cannot do any of it without the support of staff and plan that is flexible and employee-oriented. Cost-cutting is only a short-term strategy that's designed to stop the bleeding. For one great company such as HP, the solution is to innovate and to come to unique benefits that give HP products a leg up on their competitors. Investing in the past, such as buying PC businesses that are low margin and low growth, are not strategies that will enable HP to realize enormous potential. There was a shift from traditional forms principles to modern organic forms. The major trend in globalization is social everything. Social technology is a central part of everyday life and work. Post-downsizing, regular communication with employees is important, keeping them up to date on changes and expectations. You want to involve them in key decisions, ask your staff questions, ask their ideas, what they need, and what they want. Even if you can't accommodate them, asking shows that you care, and in doing so in a positive, sincere manner. A major effect of downsizing is sickness. Absence was attributed to adverse changes in work characteristics, increases in physical demands, job security, reductions in job control, particularly in skill degradation, and opportunity to participate in decision making. They were the most important ones. HP will address negative social change two ways: promoting a healthy lifestyle, both physically and mentally, and by becoming more flexible by encouraging autonomous teamwork, lateral communication, organizational learning, and orientation on core business activities. After downsizing, management must build an organization that is constantly being transformed. HP can deliver this by focusing on positive action. Strong leadership strategies are required to help employees focus on the priorities at hand and to recommit themselves to the organization. Implement new technology and training to assist the remaining employees with a fresh, updated perspective. Discuss how the difficult short-term steps will positively affect the future. With changes you have made, you can look forward to a brighter, more secure future. People may show signs of anxiety along the way, lack of commitment, and even a decrease in productivity and creativity. With relaxed yet structured ability to use technology and virtual integration within the workplace at HP, this can create a productive yet less stressful workplace. Examples are a work from home program, time set aside during the day to freely browse the internet. Some of the critical thinking and systems theories that can impact the effectiveness of a global management team in a virtual environment versus a physical team deal mostly with the barriers that the distance creates in transmitting, receiving, decoding subtle physical body language cues that we use every day but yet think nothing of it, such as walking over and talking to a fellow employee or a co-manager in the office for a quick follow-up or an exchange of ideas. Hewlett-Packard will be faced with even more difficult challenge of building trust as they move forward as they enlarge their virtual workforce. Employees will be isolated without the day-to-day social interaction that builds cohesiveness. Minor issues will escalate unless the worker takes it upon themselves to seek out remediation. Employees will lose the minor yet vital reassurance each one gets with constant interaction at the office. Team Omega is suggesting daily meetings as well as an open mic policy with management and virtual teams to keep them in the loop. Hewlett-Packard teams, either face-to-face or virtual, will face challenges when confronting the unknown, such as working with foreign employees and working away from the office. To minimize these challenges, Team Omega will offer training and preparation for dealing with the challenges in a creative way. Recognizing adjustments to change is normal, and it takes time. Keeping in regular contact with fellow employees and managers, taking care of themselves, plenty of rest, healthy nutrition, and encouraging all personnel to take a little time to have some fun and relax. Team Omega will offer 2 programs, of which HP can choose which one best will fit the needs of their expatriated employees, as well as employees working in a virtual environment. An explanation of 2 methods in use to prepare teams and team members with the challenge of working in a virtual team environment is the goal to develop global virtual team members' capabilities in dealing with the unknown rather than providing ready-made concepts and culture. During this time of change at HP, we leaned on a few 21st century organizational theories. The first one being the systems theory. Not only was it important for management at all levels to communicate and encourage employees on the internal level, known as the open system, also at the same time we had to work to stay on the positive side of community and those in the external environment. Like Amago said, interaction with the external environment is vital for organizational survival and success. Because this organizational change theory points out that systems are organized by class and each class has common properties, one can know a system's property without actually observing the system. This was helpful to us because we were able to learn from other companies' mistakes and how to better encourage our own employees. Another helpful theory was the strategic choice theory, also known as the rational philosophy. Changes at HP occurred because of the executives deemed it necessary. This theory, along with Bridges and Mitchell's model for change, helped to explain internally that change was intentional and needed. Managers were taught to be able to describe what the changes were and why they were happening, not only for the good of the employees, but to understand the process themselves as well. Management was introduced to the lessons from the wilderness model. This was very helpful in understanding the ending of what HP was, why people had to be let go, and seeing the future that was in front of those remaining at HP. It's difficult for all those involved to stay in a neutral zone, but very needed to allow the necessary changes to happen properly. Thank you from Team Omega.